Barcelona adding to their squad, Sergiño Dest. The visual that people are focused on, or at least one person is focused on, our very own resident hater, Gab Marcotti, is the visual of Dest trying to juggle at his presentation. Now, obviously it didn't go very, very well. If you cut up the highlights wrong, he did pull off the trick eventually. Gab, he says his role model is Dani Alves. At least by the presentation, didn't quite look like it.
No, and look, I mean, I made this point on social media. I know it's a wonderful retro thing, and it goes back to the 80s, and Diego Maradona's presentation in Naples, if you get a chance to see it on YouTube, it's special. He juggles the ball, and people love it. But you know what? It's not written in stone that everybody needs to go do this. It's got nothing to do with actual playing football and being good at what you do. There are players who are really not good at keepy-uppies and who look silly, but are phenomenal footballers. And maybe Sergiño, I mean, certainly local report says, oh, I love tricks, I practice them all the time. I don't know, maybe it was nerves or whatever, but what I wonder is, why set yourself up for this? Why set him up for this? We know how harsh the Catalan media can be. This is a young player, and you're going out and you're putting himself in a position where, you know, he can needlessly make himself look silly on social media, and that is exactly what happened. I know people were so impressed with the other trick that he did later by the touchline. You know what? That other trick, I think there was a fair element of good fortune involved in that. I like to think the real Sergiño is somewhere in between. Frankly, I don't care. You know, there's freestylers who can make any of these guys look like Muppets. I just want to see Sergiño play and perform, and that's what he's going to be judged on, not the keepy-uppies for better or for worse. So let's leave that to one side, because that's nonsense.
Let's talk about that performance and his role at Barcelona. Right now, Jules, the rhetoric is kind of, let's be patient with this guy, let's not rush him in. But if you ask any Barcelona fan, Sergi Roberto at right back has been, at best, an uncomfortable fit for a long while. They've been trying to move past this guy. How long should it really take for Dest to win this job?
I mean, it's hard if you're not there every day at training, see what he's doing, see if he can understand your methods, the way you want to play, exactly what you're asking him to do. Of course, you know, for us, we've seen him in the Champions League, in the Eredivisie as well. We know that he's very talented. We know what kind of fullback he is, very attacking fullback, and on paper it looks like this is perfect for Barcelona. It's perfect for this Barcelona team. He's dependent of Jordi Alba on the other side. You know, he could make intelligent runs. He could work well with whoever plays above him on that right hand side. But then there's a difference between what looks good on paper and what he can do at training. So maybe Koeman will think, you know what, he needs a bit more time. I think Koeman knows him really well. And maybe Koeman will think, you know what, he's ready to come in and play this weekend, for example. So it's hard to judge when you don't see him at training. He's had a couple of training sessions already that apparently went quite well. So let's see. I would hope that a young player like him, who is ready to learn and ready to work hard, could adapt very, very quickly and could integrate that dressing room and that team very quickly and play and be good. And he will have Frankie de Jong helping him a lot. So plus Ronald Koeman, of course, and his brother as well. So I think there's everything in place for him to do well very quickly. However, again, we need to see his format at training. And by the way, just on the keepy-uppies, we saw Ferland Mendy after he signed for Real Madrid last year, also struggling at the Bernabeu with his presentation and the keepy-uppies, and then he had a very good season. So hey.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN+.